Welcome to another episode of Breaking Bank. This is your host, John McCaig. Now, we're going to go over questions that I've gotten on the EIN. So let's go over this. First, let's use Google. Everybody's got Google. So let's go down here. irs.gov. That's what we want to go to. Okay? Now we're at the IRS. This is government, right? This is free. There's no cost associated with any of this. So it's very easy to do. Now get to this main page of the IRS. Remember, we're getting an EIN. So down here in the lower left, you click on Employer ID number. Okay. And what do we want to do? We want to apply online. See? It's a free service offered by the Internal Revenue Service, and you can get your EIN immediately. Oh, I hit that apply online, and then we get all this stuff, right? Oh, there's a blue button. Apply online. Okay. Then we get this page that calls it the EIN Assistant. And do I need an EIN? Do I need an EIN? Okay, yeah. So you need a new EIN, you begin the application, and you're getting a trust. Yay. Let's go down to continue. What are we getting? An irrevocable trust, right? For an EIN for it. Are you sure this is what you want? Please confirm this. Let's see. What does this say here? Let's go over this because people get confused here. The rest of it actually isn't sticky and you just fill in the blanks. So, what it is, an irrevocable trust is a trust with the grantor has no control of the trust. That's true because the grantor just puts something into the trust and the trustees have control of the trust, right? And then parentheses. Trust cannot be repealed or annulled. And parentheses. That's what the word irrevocable means. It can't be annulled, it can't be repealed, it can't be changed, basically, okay? Okay, let's continue on. And the trust will be responsible for reporting income on Form 1041, and parentheses, U.S. income tax return for estates and trusts, and parentheses. It will be responsible for reporting income. Okay? Trusts don't have income. Okay? There's a grantor, and the grantor grants things into the trust. Okay? And then the trustee looks out over them for, in the ways the document describes, and does their best according to the trust. For the beneficiaries, not for the grantor, like it says. Grantor puts something in there, but they can't get it out. The trustee watches over it, as according to the trust they should, and in order to do the best for the trust, according to the trust, the declaration of trust, which defines the trust and what the trustees do, right? According to that, and trust law, right? They're to look over what's in the trust until the beneficiaries get what's in the trust, right? Okay. So this is where people get hung up on, right? The 1041 form. It's just so simple. The trust will be responsible for reporting income. Okay, but income can't happen. So your grantor puts a grant in, the trustee looks over, there's money that comes in, there's money comes out, possibly both those two things, assets that come in, assets that go out of a trust, and that's called granting when you put them in, right? And a trustee watches over the assets and brings assets into the trust and out of the trust and handles those things, right? Handles the inflow and outflow of money into the trust. Okay. But just because money and assets are coming in and out of the trust, that doesn't mean that income is created. Income is something that's particular to business types that, can create income, of which a trust is not one of them. Okay, so it's a bit of a tricky thing here. The IRS wants money, and if you're willing to give it to them and don't understand what the word income means, well, then fill out that form 1041. Okay, let's see, if you need to change your type of structure, we recommend that you do so now. Otherwise, you will have to start over and re-enter the information. Okay, that's for all EIN. You don't want to fill in the wrong information, right? Additional help may be found by reviewing all types of organizations and structures before making your selection. They want to get you nervous about making this choice when this isn't even a choice. You see, you made your choice. There's just like a fear screen. There's no choices here. There's nothing to click. There's nothing here on this screen that has any value or any meaning to a trust. Remember, the IRS is not a branch of the government, really. It's just a part of, government's a hoax, right? So the IRS is just a debt collection agency for the In God We Trust, okay? And what's their goal? To collect as much money as possible for the In God We Trust, okay? And so that's why they set up this little trick on this page. And, they're a business. They're not reputable in any way. They are thieves. And so you can see how thieves would put in something here to see if they could get you to give them more money. They didn't say you have to fill out this form every year. It doesn't say that. The trust will be responsible for reporting income. It doesn't say everyone who has a trust has to fill out a Form 1041. See, wouldn't that have been simple if everyone had to? Everyone that, has a trust has to fill out this form. It doesn't say that. See how clever they are with the wording. This has hung up so many people. I know I'm going over and over it, but for so many people, this little spot hangs them up for a while, and I don't want you to get hung up on that anymore. Okay, so let's keep going. Authenticate is asking you, please choose one of these two types. Is an existing business going to license or what they call an individual? Individual for the IRS is interchangeable with the word person. So another existing business, they want they mean that existing business means like an LLC, a C Corp, other types of corporations besides a person. So again, there's some misnomers on this page, but you're going to use individual and you're going to use your person information to put in here, okay? And this is where your person goes. Here's, first name, last name, etc., right? And then you put in social security number. It's not this trust filing as a state. No one's in a state. Okay. No one died. No one was born, so no one died. This is just business here. Okay. So what happens is when you fill this in, first name, last name, social security number, that all has to match. And then they go look up your person. They go, okay, and you go on to the next screen. The next screens are really not that difficult. There's no reason to put my social security number in here on the screen and go forward, because you put this information in, then it asks for the address of the trust, which is just the address. Then the details is, let's recheck. Did you mean to fill out all this information? And so it just checks all that and you go click, yeah, that's it. And then up pops the EIN on number 5 there. See, address is basically, it'll put in the person address if it's needed, and the trust address. Okay, but definitely the trust address. Then the details is again number 4. Here's a review. Then number 5 is EIN confirmation. What happens is a PDF pops up on your screen. Boom, you excuse me, immediately have an EIN, and so it's written down there, whatever name you name the trust and the address and all that stuff, the responsible part, all that pops up. with an EIN number. It's 3 pages of PDF. So what you want to do with that PDF right then is print out 2 of them, and then right click on it if you're on a PC or whatever, but save that PDF to many places, to your desktop, to a thumb drive, to your Dropbox, whatever cloud you have. You're going to need that. You're the one that has the information, no one else, so when they ask for the EIN, you know what it is, so you don't have to look it up. Okay, and if things change for the trust over time, there's a form on here, you have to look it up, a change of address for EIN for a trust, or just change of address for EIN. Any type is on there, you fill it in. So, I've had to do that, it works fine. Anyway, I thought this was an important video for people to make, and especially that point where they get all hung up on the tax form. So, hope you enjoyed this episode of Breaking Bank. This is your host, Jack McCaig. Check us out on libertyaid.org, and now go.jackmccaig.com. God bless your success.